Do you know what PD dialysis is, or peritoneal dialysis? If you don't have a loved one that's on it, or you're not on it yourself, you might not know exactly what it is. Most people think about dialysis, they think about hemodialysis, where you go in center or even home, but you use needles in your arm in an AV fistula or a graft. And then they cycle your blood through a machine, put it back in slowly. It takes a couple hours, a couple times a week, and that is hemodialysis. Now, the dialysis that I do is called peritoneal dialysis. So I'm trying to keep the sun out of my face. I have about a 12-inch long catheter line that comes out of my abdomen, and it's there permanently until I have my transplant or it stops working. That goes into my peritoneal cavity. So your peritoneal cavity kind of encapsulates all your organs, and it has a lining to it. And that lining acts like a filter. So when on a cycler at night or doing manuals, which I will do another video on explaining them in the next couple days, I pump dextrose into my stomach. It's basically just sugar water into my stomach. My body says, "Ooh, we threw off the balance in there. Look at all this sugar water." So it sends fluids and toxins in to almost like reverse osmosis to try to kind of even that out. And as it evens it out, toxins and water come through the peritoneal cavity into my abdomen. So I start with about 1,800 milliliters of fluid. That's my max right now. And then when I'm done, it could be up to 3,000 milliliters in there, depending on how much water, how much I've drank during the day, how much water I retained, because my kidneys don't fully work, but they still do work a little bit. So then it dwells. So it's called a dwell for a couple hours. That's when my body takes in all those toxins and water, but we don't dwell for too long, because if we dwell for too long, my body will start to reabsorb that. And then the cycler pumps it out. It goes into the drain in the toilet, gets flushed the next morning, and it goes in clear and comes out like a pale yellow color. So it's not urine, but it's essentially the same thing. It's toxins and fluids. So that, in the short, is peritoneal dialysis. Now, everything needs to be sterile when you're doing it, because this is open to my peritoneal cavity. Peritonitis is not a joke. Peritonitis is very dangerous, and it's something you strive not to get. So you have to have clean hands, mask when you're opening any catheters that go directly into your body. It has to be cleaned every day, kept dry. I have to clean my shower a lot more than you normally would, bleach the shower head. Just always have clean hands. I put clean dressings on my catheter site every day to make sure that nothing can get in around the site and into my peritoneal cavity. And this is the second time I've done this in my life. So I was lucky that I was able to do it a second time. This time I didn't have too many adhesions and scar tissue for them to be able to put the catheter back in. But if you have any questions, let me know, and I'll either make another video or I will answer them the best that I can. And before I let you go, one last thought. I do dialysis 7 days a week, 8 hours a night. But I will explain that a little bit better when I do a video on the cycler soon. Now have a great day.